Hey, good morning. Dr. Bill here. Today we're going to go over putting on a pair of lights, these little accent lights, on my Subaru Outback Wilderness. I was on a video looking at Scotty Kilmer, and they had an Outback that had the Raptor lights that were in the upper grille. Beautiful, beautiful, great look to a car. So I said, I'm going to do it myself. So I went online, I looked at various videos. Well, first of all, I don't know who can do half of this stuff. They were taking the lights, making brackets, forming them, gluing them, then drilling holes into their new car and screwing them in. One guy was splicing wires into his wiring harness. I'm not going to do that to my new car, and neither are you. We're going to do it simple, and we're going to do it without drilling and wrecking your new car. Let's get started. First thing I had to do was go on Amazon, and they basically sell a few different varieties of these Raptor lights. This one has a little bracket, it snaps in, it has the wiring harness, it has pretty much everything you need to put it on a Toyota Tacoma. I don't have a Toyota Tacoma. So I had to figure out, can I fit this within my grill? So the first thing you do is obviously see if you have the clearance for the clip and the light. Well, I didn't, so I had to cut it. And I'll show you that in a little bit. And then realize that with it cut, I can fit it within the grill. I have to go through the back. But my clips were too long and they wouldn't go on. So without modifying my grill or breaking the clip, I couldn't do it. So I had to figure out a new place to do it. My lower grill, however, has a nice flat grill surface. It's easy to put the light in. And as you can see, the clip just snaps right on and the light's in place. So that was step one. Find something that on your car where it can fit. You have to check your grill formation. You have to see if the grill is in anywhere amenable to having it. I did 2 lights because I have my fishing permit here. But most people can put 4 across if they're just running a plate, or in the great states that only have a rear plate, you can put 4 lights across the front, which would look really nice. Once you have that decided, I cut my pieces. I realized that all I had to do was drop my harness down into the front of my radiator, and I used, of course, my great tools. I took a piece of stick, I fished it out here, and here there's actually 4 of the harnesses. I only used the 2 because I only did a 2 light. Once I had the wire in, I fished it underneath my existing brackets. Didn't have to screw anything, it fit right under, and ran it to my fuse box. Once I got it to the fuse box, these kits are very simple. You pop off the cover of your fuse box. And the way they're made is you have to find a fuse that you can substitute your plug-in for your lights. Very simple. So what you do is, it's a 15 amp fuse. You have to find a 50 amp fuse on your fuse box. You pull that and you just plug this in, and then of course you need to run the wire out of your box. My wiring harness comes out here. The wire sits right alongside it. I don't have to cut, I don't have to drill. Important things to remember is, when you're doing a 15 amp fuse, you need to replace it with a 15 amp fuse. You don't want to use one that's 7 amps because that component needs to blow at 7 amps and your lights won't blow to 15 and you could damage your car. If it's higher, you'll burn out your lights before the component burns. So I had to find a 15 amp. Some of them are constantly on. So as I plugged it in, my lights came on, couldn't get them to go off. But my ignition, and I'll show you which slot that's in later, the ignition is a 15 amp. It plugs in, it goes on with the ignition, and it goes off when I shut off my car. So that's how I did it, without cutting, without soldering, without hurting my car in any way. There's no way I'm drilling my new car. I love my Subaru, but I'm not going to put holes in it if I don't have to.